그럼 지금부터
We'll now
대한상공회의소와
India-Korea
인베스트 인디아
Business
주한
Symposium
인도
hosted by
대사관이 주최.
KCCI, Invest India, and Embassy of India in Korea in honor of His Excellency Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India. First of all, Kong Young-un, Chairman of the Korea-India Business Council, will deliver an opening address. Please welcome the Chairman.
존경하는
His Excellency Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India, His Excellency Yoon Mo-sung, the Minister of Trade, Industry and Commerce of Korea, the business leaders of the two countries, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I'm delighted to host the Korea-India, the Business Symposium in the presence of His Excellency Prime Minister Modi, who is visiting Korea in 4 years since 2015. In addition, I'd like to express my deep gratitude to the Prime Minister for taking time out of his short and busy schedule to encourage his business leaders at this forum. Recently, the relationship between Korea and India seems to go beyond the simple cooperation to further develop into sincere friendship. During President Moon Jae-in's state visit to India in July last year, the two leaders met unusually frequently on 11 occasions in the 3 nights and 4 days' time. They adopted the joint statement on a vision for people, prosperity, peace, and our future. To share our vision for co-prosperity and also to consolidate the framework for future cooperation. I hope that through the state visit by His Excellency Prime Minister Modi, our bilateral relations will become more mutually beneficial and forward-looking. I hope that the business leaders from both countries will take lead in promoting economic cooperation and in reinvigorating the economy. I'm hopeful that today's India-Korea Business Symposium will be a good starting point for that. We'll engage in discussions on various subjects from the cooperation in manufacturing to the agenda of economic cooperation in high-tech industries and startups. In particular, promotion of startups is one of Prime Minister Modi's major economic policies. And we understand that there are more than 22,000 startups and 14 unicorn companies in India. And Bengaluru is famously known as India's Silicon Valley. If the startup environment in India, which is growing rapidly with outstanding talent and active policy support in India, is connected with technology of Korean companies and creative ideas of Korean youth, we may be expected to build the world-best exemplary startup ecosystem. I think the opening ceremony of the India-Korea Startup Hub, which is to follow Prime Minister's keynote speech, is the first step toward realizing such cooperation.
오늘 참석하신
With all the attention and support of the two countries' companies here today, I'm confident that our startup cooperation will become more stronger than ever. I also believe that the business cooperation as well as a policy backing is critical in realizing our aspiration. In this, I look forward to early conclusion of Korea-India SEPA upgrade talks to facilitate bilateral trade and investment. The future depends on what we do in the present. This is a famous quote from Mahatma Gandhi, who celebrated his 71st anniversary passing last month. I hope that the cooperation between the two countries and companies will become a strong foundation for future prosperity of the two countries. Once again, I thank His Excellency Prime Minister Modi for accepting our invitation despite his busy schedule and wish you all health and good luck. Thank you very much.
위원장님 말씀 고맙습니다.
Thank you very much. Next, would like to invite His Excellency Sung Yun-mo, the Minister of Trade, Industry and Energy, to deliver address. Namaste. Good afternoon. Your Excellency Modi, the Prime Minister of India, we are truly grateful for your deep interest in Korea and for visiting Korea with your precious time. My deepest gratitude goes to all of you, including Ambassador Sri Priya Langanathan of India to Korea and India-Korea Business Council Chairman Kong Young-un. I wholeheartedly thank you and congratulate the opening of India-Korea Business Symposium. With President Moon Jae-in's visit to India last July, the two countries agreed to form a special strategic partnership with and to cooperate together for three P's: peace, prosperity, and plus future. Since then, we have been making progress through the continuous efforts to enhance cooperation. Your Excellency Modi's visit is very meaningful as it is an opportunity to evaluate the accomplishments of the past and together the will of the two countries for cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, India has the strength to distinguish itself from other promising countries with its abundance in talented human resources and flourishing democracy. India has the world's second-largest population and world-class engineering workforce of 700,000 people each year. It will be a solid foundation for the Indian economy. The mature democratic traditions upheld from its independence in 1947 will allow India's growth to be sustainable with consideration for the social underprivileged. And I believe that this possibility is becoming a reality thanks to Your Excellency Prime Minister Modi. Under the Prime Minister's Make in India initiative, India's infrastructure has expanded and the transparency of the social system has improved. The introduction of GST has greatly improved the reliability of administration. World Bank has paid attention to that. In 2017 and 2018, India is the only country that has been selected as a top 10 growing country for the 2 consecutive years. But India has to overcome the past success and make greater progress in the future. It is a long journey where many difficulties lie ahead. But no matter how far and how tough it is, you can do it if you have a partner who can get through with you. And for India, Korea is the best partner to open an era of prosperity. It is because Korea is the only country in the whole world that has the strong foundation for the manufacturing industry, from experience and know-how that has grown from being the poorest country in the world to the economic power in just 60 years, and from the light industry to heavy chemical industry in IT industry. Based on this strength, Korea will be able to help India overcome any difficulties and achieve further growth. I look forward to expanding our cooperation, and I'd like to make a few proposals so that we can become a true partner. First, achieve greater growth in Korea-India SEPA improvement negotiation. Since its entry into force in 2010, the Korea-India SEPA has contributed greatly in expanding trade between the two countries. Thinking about the changing trade environment, please, I look forward for your continued support. Next, we need to strengthen our collaboration in the manufacturing sector. Through the bilateral cooperation in the manufacturing sector, India can successfully promote the Make in India initiative, and Korea can advance into new markets and create new growth engines and enjoy win-win collaboration. I'd like to ask you for your continued interest and support for Korean companies. Last year, Korean President attended the inauguration of Samsung Noida Mobile Factory with you, and this year, Hyosung Spandax Factory and Kia Motors Factory are scheduled to be completed. We look forward for your support. I hope that the cooperation between the two countries will be carried out in other manufacturing sectors so that the investment exchange can be further accelerated. Finally, future-oriented cooperation for the fourth industrial revolution is vital. If Korea's manufacturing competitiveness is combined with Indian science and technology power, the fourth industrial revolution will offer us a new opportunity. With that in mind, Korea and India agreed to form a strategic future vision group when President Moon visited India July last year, and also set up a Korea-India Research Innovation Center and ICT boot camp. And also digital transformation, future manufacturing, and future utilities, healthcare, all of these will be our main 4 core areas. And digital transformation, future manufacturing, future utilities, and healthcare will be the area that we'll pursue. With Your Excellency's visit to Korea, the two countries also agreed to cooperate in the field of startup. As long as both Korea and India continue to cooperate in this direction, we will be able to bear fruits in the near future. Ladies and gentlemen, Indian proverb says, "Help your brother on the other ship, then your ship will arrive at the coast smoothly. I'd like to ask those of you who are sitting here today, please join us in bringing each other's ships to move forward to the future and arrive safely. Thank you, Prime Minister Modi, once again, and I wish you all the best of luck in the future. Thank you. Dan Yabat.
장관님 말씀 잘 들었습니다.
Thank you, Minister, for your very kind remarks.
앞서 두 분이 말씀하신 것처럼
And as was mentioned by the two
인도와
speakers,
한국은
India and
국제
South
적으로
Korea have a
연결될
deep,
뿐만 아니라
entrenched
문화적으로도
relationship, not
깊은
only commerce,
신뢰 관계를
but in
갖고 있습니다.
our strong
오늘
cultural
한국
ties.
인도 스타트업 허브의 시작으로
And today, through the launch of the
향후에
India-Korea
이 두 나라의
Startup
관계를 더
Hub, we aim
견고히
to further
다져서
strengthen this
양국의 더
relationship,
많은
engage startups
스타트업과
and
기업가들이
entrepreneurs of the two
혁신적인
countries
프로그램을
to
개발하는
jointly
데
work on
협력할 수 있는
innovation
그런 좋은
programs.
환경을 만들 수 있는 계기가 되었으면 하는 바람입니다. 그리고 이 허브는
And the
문재인
Startup Hub
대통령의
is a
인도
joint
방문
effort
당시
of
코트라와
Invest
인베스트
India
인디아라는
and
MOU
Kotra to
체결의
enable
일부로
startups,
변형화된
investors, and
것인데요.
incubators of both countries
이는
to
양국의
foster the
스타트업과
knowledge exchange and
투자자들 그리고
networking
벤처기업들이
opportunities.
더 많은 정보 공유와
And this was
기회들을
first agreed upon at this state
밝혔습니다.
visit by President Moon
그리고 이 허브를
Jae-in.
통해서
And also through
인디아
the
스테이트
hub,
은행과
I sincerely
마힌드라
hope
그룹의
that
지원을 힘입어
with the backing of the
인도
India State Bank and the
스타트업들에게
Mahindra Group, we will be able to
것을
launch a
도입하고자
grand
합니다.
challenge for
이
startups
그랜드
of India.
챌린지는
The
스타트업과
Grand Challenge
혁신자들로부터
aims at
새로운
overcoming,
평가,
resolving the
분석,
difficulties of
세계
the
부정
startups and the
접근,
entrepreneurs
사이버보안과
on the
지방
issues
의료
of
등의
credit
분야에서
valuation
겪었던
and
고충들을
forecast
해결할 수
analysis,
있는
counter
그런
frauding
장외
responses,
대책이었습니다.
cybersecurity, and regional
And now
medical
we
services
request
area.
the Honorable Prime Minister of India, His Excellency Mr. Narendra Modi, to press the button and launch the India-Korea Startup Hub. His Excellency Prime Minister, please press the button. 네, 장관님과 함께 버튼을 누르시겠습니다.
And with the minister, the prime minister is going to press the button, and the KCCI chairman is also going to take a part in this session.
And we now invite the Honorable Prime Minister of India, His Excellency Mr. Narendra Modi, to deliver the keynote address, please.
Your Excellency, Yun Mosung, Minister of Trade, Industry and Energy, distinguished business leaders, friends, a very good afternoon. I'm delighted to meet you all today in Seoul. This is my third interaction with the Korean business leaders in the span of just 12 months. This intensity is international. I wish to see more and more Korean business turning their attention to India. Even when I was the Chief Minister of the state of Gujarat, I traveled to Korea. Korea was and still remains a role model of economic growth for me. Friends, India today, a country of 1.25 billion people, is going through a great transition. It is changing from an agriculture-dominated economy to an economy led by industry and services. An economy that is close to one that is globally interlinked. An economy that is known for its red tape to one known for a red carpet. India has emerged as a land of opportunities. While we work for realizing the Indian dream, we seek like-minded partners. And among them, we see South Korea is truly natural partner. India-Korea business relations have come a long way in past decade, and especially closer in the last few years. India is among top 10 trade partners of Korea, and India is the 6th largest export destination for Korean goods. Our trade volume has reached $21.5 billion for the calendar year 2018. The negotiations to upgrade comprehensive economic partnership agreement have been fast-tracked to achieve the bilateral trade target of $50 billion by 2030. Not just trade. In investment terms also, we are seeing a positive turn. And Korean investments into India have reached a cumulative figure of almost $6 billion. Friends, after my visit to Korea in 2015, we have launched a Korea-specific facilitation cell called Korea Plus to guide, assist, and handhold investors during the entire life cycle of the business. Hyundai, Samsung, LG Electronics have become trustworthy brands in India. And KIA is soon to join this club. Over 600 Korean companies have invested in India. And we aspire to welcome many more. And to ease your path, visa on arrival for Korean nationals has been put in place since October last year. We encourage the presence of Korean trade office in India. And I'm glad that we recently had the 6th office of Kotra open in Ahmedabad. And that is my hometown. Let me tell you a little more about what is happening in India now. The fundamentals of our economy are sound. We are well set to become a $5 trillion economy in the near future. No other large economy in the world is growing at over 7% year after year. Hard policy decisions, such as the introduction of goods and service tax, have been taken. In the last 4 years, we have jumped 65 places in the World Bank's Ease of Doing Business ranking to 77th. And we are determined to move into the top 50 next year. We are one of the most open countries for foreign direct investment today. More than 90% of our sectors are now on automatic route for approval. As a result of this and the confidence in India, we have received FDI worth over $250 billion over the past 4 years. Friends, in India, we are also focused on making our growth inclusive. It is for this reason that we have taken strong initiatives for financial inclusion. In the course of the past 3 years, we have opened over 300 million bank accounts for those who never had a bank account. Now, 99% of Indian households have a bank account, and more than $12 billion have been deposited in these accounts. They now have access to affordable pensions and insurance. Under the Mudra scheme, we have extended microcredit worth more than $90 billion to 128 million persons over the past 3 years. 74% of these loans have gone to women. We have leveraged the power of a biometric identity system, bank accounts, and mobile phones to deliver subsidies and services to the previously unbanked. Government benefits worth more than $50 billion are now transferred directly to the beneficiaries, thus removing leakage. We have taken huge strides in rural electrification. India is now recognized by the International Energy Agency as one of the greatest success stories in bringing about rural access to energy in 2018. In renewable energy, we have become the 6th largest producer in the world. These and our initiatives of the International Solar Alliance will enable India to be a pioneer in moving in the direction of a green global economy. That is our commitment to a green and sustainable future. Through these steps, the way of life of our people in all corners of the country is being transferred. It's totally transformed. This in turn is transforming governance and public service. Friends, economic progress is closely tied to world-class infrastructure, be it transport, power, ports, shipbuilding, housing, and urban infrastructure. There is huge demand in India while there are strong technological capabilities and capacities in Korea. We estimate the investment requirements in infrastructure at over $700 billion by 2022. Under the Sagarmala project, port projects involving investment of over $10 billion have been identified for award in the upcoming 5 years. It is essential to guide the growth of urban utilities and create smart cities which ensure sustainable and clean future for all. More than 500 million of India's population will be urban by 2025, and this opens the scope for cooperation in building smart solutions in India. Recognizing the importance of supporting India's infrastructure development, India and South Korea have identified $10 billion under Korea's Economic Development Cooperation Fund and export credit to finance such projects. While aiming for fast economic growth, India is also rooted in the principles of ensuring sustainable economic growth. For example, in automobile sector, the National Electric Mobility Mission aims for affordable and efficient electric vehicles. South Korea, being a leading manufacturer of electric vehicles, has a huge opportunity in this sector in India. Friends, research and innovation would be the driving force in the fourth industrial revolution era. And we do understand that the role of government is to provide the support system. In this regard, we have introduced flagship programs, Startup India, with $1.4 billion fund for 4 years to create a startup ecosystem in India. Under the able leadership of President Moon, South Korea has also unveiled a program to spend $9.4 billion by 2020 in a bid to increase capital supply for startups and venture-friendly environment. This synergy in policy and this synergy in policy regime is a reflection of areas of common interest for both India and Korea. Our vision of an India-Korea Startup Center will provide a hub for Korean startups and Indian talent to freely communicate. South Korean National IT Industry Promotion Agency has already opened their Indian office in Bengaluru to facilitate Korean startups to India. In the field of innovation, both countries have decided to establish India-Korea Future Strategy Group, an India-Korea Center for Research and Innovation Cooperation. to provide an institutional framework for future-oriented cooperation based on research, innovation, and enterprises. Friends, it is our earnest desire to work with Republic of Korea more closely to realize the dream of our citizens. Efforts by the governments will not be realized unless business leaders like you share the same dreams. I would like to conclude here with Korean expression. Hunja Kamyon Palli Khajiman.
If you walk alone, you can go fast. But if you go together, you can go far away. That was a Korean expression.
I entirely agree with its meaning that you would go fast if you go alone, but you would go far if you go together. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, His Excellency, Prime
네, 인도 나렌드라 총리, 모디 총리님 대단히 감사합니다. 훌륭한 기조연설 말씀 잘 들었습니다.
네, 이렇게 기조 연설을 함께 하셨습니다. 이제 모디 총리님께서 연설을 마치시고 행사장을 떠나시겠습니다. 내빈 여러분께서는 총리님이 나가실 때 큰 박수로 환송해 주시기 바라겠습니다. So, ladies and gentlemen, Prime Minister Modi of India is now departing. Please give His Excellency a warm round of applause. 네, 다시 한번 큰 박수로 환송을 해 주시면 감사하겠습니다.
His Excellency Prime Minister Modi of India.
네, 여러분 다시 한번 따뜻한 박수로 환송해 주시기 바랍니다. 정말 역사적인 연설을, 기조 연설을 해주신 모디 총리님께 다시 한번 깊은 감사의 말씀을 드리겠습니다.
In appreciation of the keynote speech by Prime Minister Modi, we ask for a warm round of applause, and then we will now resume with the presentation sessions. Let us get the table organized, and we will be able to begin the symposium right away. We ask for your patience. Please remain seated and wait for the presentation sessions to begin. We will be able to begin as soon as the table arrangement is made. We ask for your kind patience.